Hey folks, so we are about a month and a half, 2 months away from harvesting blackberries, and I wanted to take this moment now to show you sort of the anatomy of a blackberry plant when you can kind of see all of its phases at the same time. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This plant here is a blackberry plant that I have along my western edge. It's against the fence. I just had space against the fence and decided that blackberries needed to go here because they were right behind me. They were popping suckers out of the ground, and I moved them over here to just create more food for myself. Now, the blackberry, in a nutshell, is a typically 2-year cycle plant. Year 1, you've got your foliage growth, and year 2, that foliage growth is now your fruiting and flowering growth, or flowering and fruiting is the more correct order. Now, while your second year growth is fruiting and flowering, you have new first year growth growing. So what we have here is a specimen that is a single stem or cane. This is a single cane, and you're going to see up and down this cane there are no flowers. It's a little bit of foliage, but what you do have are these side shoots or lateral branches coming out of the main stem. And that, my friends, is where your flowers and your fruit are going to come from. Now, what happens in year 1, this cane or canes will come out of the ground, and at some point you can go ahead and prune them, topping them off, and that's going to stop them growing up and down. Right there is the actual spot where I took the pruning because I wanted to stop it, I guess at this height. I don't remember why I did it, but I did it. That is a side shoot. These are all side shoots. What happens when you top it, you're immediately redirecting the growth to the lateral branches. Now the lateral branches, I did the same thing. When they got to a certain length that I liked, it's gonna be hard to see this, but take my word for it, right there, I actually took my pruners and I clipped that back to stop the lateral growth from growing out, because I didn't want it to get 1, too leggy, and 2, I wanted it to sort of thicken the branch up at that point, leaving me with this shape here, which I think is very good looking. It's gonna be easy for me to manage and harvest off of it. I have some that I didn't do nearly as good a job on, but this one I did. Now simultaneously, while these are flowering and fruiting, let's take a look down here. Best we're going to be able to see, right there, that's your first year cane coming out of the ground. He is going to grow basically for the whole season until I decide I want him to stop growing up. I'm going to top him. That will probably be in a couple of months, and then the side shoots are going to start, and I'll go ahead and start managing them the same way. I will probably leave no more than 1 or 2 canes coming out of this because it's a pretty tight space, so I want to keep it nice and compact. And when the side shoots pop off at that point, at some point I'll go ahead and say 2 feet is long enough for them, and I'll go ahead and clip them back. But this gives you an idea in early spring what a blackberry plant looks like when all phases of growth are going on except for the fruiting. Now these flowers are going to fruit in about a month and a half, like I said, maybe 2 months, and it's going to be an amazing thing to see. It can get crowded quickly, so I would recommend, if you are going to start planting blackberries, try to do a good job of managing your canes. Once these things are done with their fruit, I'm going to be right in here with my pruners getting that stuff out. All the old stuff's got to go, leaving way for all the new stuff, which will be a lot easier to manage. If you let your blackberry patch go crazy, one day you may be forced to sort of scrap the whole thing and let the crown sort of reestablish itself. It's easier to go ahead and stay on top of it right from the beginning. Here's an example of a plant that actually has 4 canes coming out. The one you just saw was against the fence. This one's about 8 feet away. And again, I kept my side shoots relatively short. I let my main canes on this one get a little taller than I would have liked. I think I would have preferred them to be a little bit shorter, but in the end I can still reach all the fruit, so I'm not concerned about that. But I think we're going to get a lot of great berries off this one as well. Again, I got a lateral shoot right here off this guy that's a bit longer than I want, but I wrapped him around my little guide wire, and yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any issue harvesting off them. But that's the amount of robust growth you can get when you let it grow just a little bit bigger and keep a few more canes there. Now I would not go any more than 4. I think I should have probably taken one of those off and left it at 3. That would have been a little bit more manageable, but no regrets if it actually throws out some amazing berries for me. So yeah, that's what a blackberry plant looks like in the spring. If you've never actually grown blackberries, I highly recommend it. I think for the space, it's probably the best bang for the buck as far as berries go. Me personally, that's how I feel about them. I grow strawberries, I grow blackberries, blueberries, elderberries, aronia, and I've just got my raspberry patch going. And so far, my favorite, I think, is the blackberry. Strawberries are great. The strawberries cover the ground. They're a bit more difficult to manage because you are constantly refreshing your patch if you're trying to keep up with it. Now, some people let their patches go wild. That's fine too. I pull my patches every year and replant them, which is a bit of labor. The pruning on the blackberry is a lot less labor for me personally, and I enjoy it a bit more. It's nice being standing upright and doing all your tasks as opposed to crawling around moving plants. Anyway, that's what I got today. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something. If you like what you saw, please feel free to drop a comment below and chat. Love talking blackberries. And until next time, take care.